This is Sicarius Dracus Plays Prehistoric Planet Pack number 44. Oh my gosh. We've been playing for a minute here. Over 44 hours. Okay, so we're fixing this overgrown node right here. I realized that in somebody's wrath, they took that apart. I also have not seen these grow up. So I don't think these can grow on ladders. So we're going to deconstruct these. I don't feel like we're getting the food in that we want. We're gonna click building here. We're gonna have them do some work here, and let's get this working. See, this one grew up, but it never grew across. So I do think that my original build idea here to have doors here is still the best idea. Did I fix these? I did not. We need to get rid of this. And that. Hey, let's miss. Okie dokie. We got doors. Guaranteed it's gonna grow up and it'll hang from those. We got a printing pod. More Sweetle eggs. That sounds fun. I'm also thinking about duplicates that we can use for our somnium synthesizer so that we can power the rest of our dupes. So I might be willing to take on 8 more just regular dupes in the next few cycles. 8 dupes is kind of hey, nyptophobic, huh? Increased bladder gives us some water. Can't cook. We don't really care about that. Here's a Bert. Here, Bert, we're gonna call you Sleepy. All right. We also have a colony achievement. We reduced the temperature of a building to 6 Kelvin. And that's probably the food here. Maybe not. Up here maybe? Yeah, that's pretty cold. Pretty cold. There's 300 kilograms of very, very cold hydrogen gas in here. Very nice. We have 2 rockets that took off, and yep, it just keeps getting better. Oh, hey, something popped here. Let's clean this area off here. That'll just keep dumping onto here. That's just fine. This is pretty darn hot right there. And now we come to it. The reactor. Sorry it took 4 minutes to go around and look at this. Mine is little footnote here. We're also gonna put in our sleepy beds for a somnium synthesizer build here. So we're gonna attach that up and make it all nice and pretty right here for them to live. And then we're just gonna feed them food on the daily and let them run on mills for power, and then they'll sleep and give us dream journals. Yay! Okay. The reactor. So the first thing that you want to do is you actually want to position your power with your steam turbines. So generally you can do anywhere from like 6 to 9, and with just a standard build reactor, and then you'll be fine. Like, you'll need 2 aqua tuners, which gives you 7 steam turbines worth of power, 5 to 7. And then all the rest of that is going to go into radbolt power, and then all the rest of that is going to go into producing diamond and nuke for flying rockets places. And then we will have our fleet ready. So generally, you have a well. I'm thinking about putting the reactor here-ish, and then dropping it into a well here, and then we have this area here. This one will have 3. This one will have 3, and then we'll just start with 3, or we'll start with 6 and go from there. If we need to go 9, then we'll just deepen the well here, and then we'll leave our aqua tuners down here. The reason why I want to put it on the extreme side of the map is because it eats half of the radiation, and all the rest of this stuff is just going to be, it's going to be away from everything before we start using these. Okay, so that's the point of that. So in here, we're going to start with building the base, and then we're going to build the reactor. And just for everyone's knowledge, I'm gonna try and put it right here. So reactor is gonna be on this spot right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have a bunch of space in here just to have extra room for activities. And that means it needs to be higher. Doop, 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 doop. Get these built. Are we leaking or not? Gonna put in drywall. And actually speaking, you really don't even need to. If I was really being fancy, I would put my reactor up here and then drip the liquid into into an infinite storage here, and then also my steam would come out, and then I would draw it into another area, which is some things you can do. I'm just going to build a standard reactor, pretty standard for as standard as reactors get. Doop doop doo. It's going to stand right here. So we're going to need another line of these. I put it right here and then just drop it down. It's fine. Whatever. It's all good. All right. So down here, we just need insulated tile. Igneous rock is perfectly fine. We're gonna do a drop. And then I'm just gonna start the pool down here, I think. So you need a pool for your nuke. I like long pools. It gives you more tiles to exchange with the steam. All right, let's quickly look to see how many power that gives us, how many steam turbines this gives us. I see 3 there. Really don't. I guess I need 3 for that. I don't need 3 for here. and I don't want to have them lock themselves in here. So there's that, and then 3 more steam turbines. Boop, doop, doop. Should have an obsidian ladder just up the side right here. I like to have it on the drip, so I'll remove that. That's good enough. Okay. There is room for more if I want to add 3 more steam turbines, which I think we're gonna do. And power. We need heavy watt joint plates. Yep. Nothing fun or fancy about this. It's really just getting it done and seeing how fast we can get it done. I guess I built it one more than I actually intended. Whatever. It's okay. We're gonna put liquid here. So we're gonna have a bottle emptier, and we're gonna put ethanol right here. I think the reactor is gonna just stand up here, and then we'll just have this whole area here just dedicated for steam. New printables. Some rust and some brine. Now let's get some rust. Oh, wait. We need to think about these guys. Oh, Stinky has more calories. That's fine. Right. So the plumbing. So we have our initial 9 steam turbines here. What we want to do is have some aqua tuners, and we're going to need to build 2 of these things because we don't have supercoolant. As soon as we have supercoolant, then we can power it with 1. But until we have supercoolant, then it takes 2. So not much I can do about that. That's just how the cookie crumbles. 1 can go up higher, or generally they just go down below in the pool, and then you run your lines up through them. So that's what we're gonna do. I also need to have an aqua tuner for out up here because we're gonna cool this off. So we might build a little catch here for liquid nuke here, so that it touches up here and then falls down. Maybe that could work. And then this will just cool down over here. I don't want to put here. So this is for cooling down this one, and this might not be the main place for it, but I'm definitely going to be using it in this regard. And then one here and one here. Over here at the end here, we should have a liquid pump. The liquid pump is going to be pumping nuclear waste out, and we're going to fill these thermo aqua tuners with nuclear waste, and then keep these at a nice 40 degrees or 30, 40, somewhere in there. So that's how we're going to do that. That'll extend our cooling quite a bit. And yes, the aqua tuners do leak, but the aqua tuners, that's a feature instead of a problem. This is going to get carried all the way around in a pipe that goes all the way around and up. And then we're going to store it up here in an infinite storage. And then that's also going to be sources of radbolts for us. Or maybe we store it in an infinite storage that's like right here. And then shoot the radbolts up and out. That actually seems like a pretty great idea, is to pump it up like right here. Yep. Plumbing. So we need to have these three bottom pipes feed the reactor. And that's just 100%. There's no questions asked. This just is the way this pipe needs to go. I usually need to have some sort of like tank for it. So no questions asked. Those three feed the reactor. And then these three, and I've actually messed that up because it's got to come up and out over here. Doop doop doop. Nope. No, no, no. We're gonna need gold along the lines here. And this is why I generally like to put my other aqua tuner up here. I like them sitting in liquid, but the amount of steam that we're gonna have should be fine for maybe that second one. So let's cancel this one here. And I want to put it a little better. I think placing it there is a better place. It's not on the ridge there. And then I can make my loop up and out. Come on back in here. And then a bridge. Do. And then this one needs to make its loop, so it's gonna go out, and the cold one should be this one here, or this one, or this one. Simple, right? Very simple. No gaffes, no messing about, just getting it right the first time. This needs to go to our infinite storage here, and we're going to make an infinite storage right here. Up. Where's a better place for an infinite storage? Here, maybe? Maybe we actually just drop it down here and then have it go around and up, like do a full real storage? Or would you just do one up here? I'm just worried that the radbolts won't be able to get out this way or this way. And then we'll deconstruct that one. We'll just leave it up here. This seems fine. And then there's multiple ways for it to go out. We have 3 options for it to leave. Nope, we have 2 options. This is not going to work, is it? Maybe move it all over one. See, this just doesn't look right. I don't know. And then the plumbing for these ones is that we just drop it onto this hot plate, or back over here onto this hot plate right here, and it becomes steam, and then Bob's your uncle. Boom, like that. And then these ones as well. And I generally like to do something like this so that if there is any gap in the water that's being used to pressurize this, then it goes into here. And our liquid reservoir. This is gonna hold the water that's gonna go into this baby, like right here. This water can also be used. This water can also be used to cool our radbolt reflectors, the radbolt generators. But I would just rather use a full aqua tuner for it. It doesn't really matter to me in the long run. More printables already. We are just cooking through the time here. They're both pretty much the same. And our oxygen generation does seem to be pretty insufficient here. We have a ton more water here that we can burn. So maybe we need to set ourselves up for water up here. Oh, what happened to this pipe? Let's see. I'm hilarious. These need to be. We do need a place for more oxygen to be made. I agree. It's all working just fine. No big deals. Upper and Excelsior. All right. And then over here, one more plumbing, one more of these bad boys. And then this is going to come up and around. It's going to need to be in convection panels, so we're just going to do this. That gets us out here. Also, it only gets us 6 of these, which are 480, which means like 2.65 per generator. Which means you only really need like 10. I'm sorry, we can only support 10. And that's not the way to do that, unfortunately, darn it. They need to be touching the reactor, which is going to be right here. And I might as well build a reactor. It's going to hit right here. Also, when you build a reactor on priority right now, you build yourself a stop button. No one's going to be able to get into this room, so we need to deconstruct that. And then they'll be able to get in here. What fun things have happened now? Lots of liquid sulfur, pulling in all kinds of metal. These things are starting to go. What happened? Steam's low. Okay. Just came back with its first rocket. Very nice. I feel like Demolior is pretty much conquered. Feeling pretty strong right now. It's pretty high priority there. Except for the automation wire for this thing, it needs to be like Cryo 9. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna dig this line right here. And that should help clean this up. Okay. Infinite storage. So we have our radbolts on this side. On the other side, we also need to do the same here. Radbolt generators. Oops. So we're gonna do 10, and then, well, let's do 9. I think 9 is gonna just absolutely do the trick, and then we'll have one blade of radbolt go out this way. Or we could cancel this one here. We'll cancel this one, and then we'll put it up here, and then at least that'll be up here. And then, just in case, we'll have the rest of them in here. This will have to be radbolt reflector here, and there'll have to be one here. Very nice, Gene. I also built that thing the wrong way. Oh, I guess the only way I'm going to be able to build it is this way. Okay. I didn't really want to add that much room into our room, but that's okay. And then basically the rest of this is going to be insulated tile. And then metal. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I don't really care about what the top is made out of. It can stand to be extremely hot. No one's going to be going up here, so that is okay for them to go there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make a ladder system up here. And then we're going to need power for this hungry monster. So heavy watt made out of something heavy for sure. This goes into here. That gets power all the way through here. That's very nice. I don't think I have the materials to build all this. We need a clever solution for right here. We need a clever solution to get our power to this line here. I could do a double gap here, a double gap right here. So basically, we're gonna deconstruct this radbolt generator right here, and move this and move this to this line here, and then we're gonna put it down here. We'll put 2 radbolt plates next to each other, and then for ventilation, we're gonna use a mini gas pump. There's an even better solution than a mini gas pump here. Is just a vacuum. Cancel that. Here. It's just a vacuum. Will work just fine here. How about we deconstruct this? We'll just construct this right here. Here, fix this. You need to get rid of this ladder. Nature does vacuum for free. How about some barbecue? We're also missing an appropriate amount of beds. We don't need the gas pump. This is what we need, is these two touching each other like that. We need to deconstruct this. Just fix that. Thinking about putting another one up here. So I put the third one here. And that bridges the gap. And then we can put our drywall back right here. You're definitely going to lock yourself in there, 100%. Oh, and you're not going to be able to make this wire here, because there's a wire here. Okay, and then to fix it, we're going to get in here, and then we'll be able to pop that and get in here. And yeah, we're losing oxygen right now, but we won't when we get these 3 wires done. And that's how you get your dupe lost. See, cool. Now we have a triple gap lock that is never gonna fail on us. It's, oh my gosh, ulti. Okay. Anyway, but that's a nice little triple gap loop there that bridges all three of these together. Quite nicely. These might have to dip into the same pool. Like I might need them to both be on this line here. Thinking about it. How do I double dip? Well, the first thing that I do is we just trim right here. That loop goes here. This out, and this is the in. I don't really want a bridge here. But it looks like that's what I gotta do. How about we don't bridge that one? How about we don't bridge this? Oh, well, okay. I'm not really thrilled about that. All right. Happy little power setup right here. What? Should be able to get in there. Yeah, come on. Okay, so we're basically going to be spending the next 2 or 3 episodes building this up so that it's usable. I guess we're going to have to deconstruct this here. That way they can build this stuff here and these lines here. They didn't. They need to get that onto that. That'd be nice. Almost got it. Okay, that's the rock that remains forever there. What else is yellow alert? Oh, like this. Okay. So we're gonna need water in here. So let's bring a liquid pipe from a way over there all the way over to here. And then also right here, I need to cut this so that it doesn't draw onto this line until we're ready. Then we're gonna have our radbolts out here. Oh, one more thing is we should do bunker tiles up here just to make sure that falling meteors don't hit us. They have a lot more work to do. Oh my. Oh, and then this is where my this is where I thought we had the wrong vacancy. There's something going on here that I can't stop. This is not good. It's not actually a problem. It's just like darn it, liquid sulfur. Ooh, a nice rain. All that just gets dropped right onto here. It's beautiful. Okay. I do feel like we can lock this up now. You're just cooking along for time. Plug slugs, that's cool. I really like plug slugs. We have some babies. It's been 9 days. See, and then they drop the phosphorite, and then that feeds that's gonna feed these guys, and then these are gonna get fed by the pips here. Oh man. Thank you, polluted water. Thank you. And then once these guys start growing, we're gonna get some babies with scales on them, and then we need to move this this um pretend hospital, and then this pretend hospital here is going to have our Drecos. And then we're going to have two ranches. We're going to have a starvation ranch right here, and then we're going to have another ranch that is just feeding the Drecos. Unfortunately, they eat stuff that I might not be able to make. I don't have any ball lilies, and we screwed up the chance to get it. Yeah. So here's our hospital. I think our hospital is a hospital, actually. So we're going to take this down. And we're going to deconstruct these so that we can get the Dreco, the starvation ranch and stuff for the Drecos, the glossy Drecos. And I don't know what priority I did. Yeah, it's like no one's gonna get on that priority, but it's close, so we might have it. Meanwhile, here's what's going on up here. Over here, we're gonna need a way to feed the research reactor uranium and keep it hot or cool and hot. So we have to feed it uranium, and I put my liquid reservoir like right in the middle of where I usually put that. So we're gonna build some bunker tiles, and we're gonna bunker up right here, and then maybe we make it one more higher. Yeah, because then I can do the line right there for bunker 2. And then this doesn't need to be bunker; it just needs to be a tile. This is where we're gonna feed. This is where we're gonna feed the beast. We also can rip up this bunker tile and just put regular insulated tile once we get this stuff built here. We don't need bunker down here, although I like bunker right here. All right, on this line right here. But not too far. So the drill presses are gonna do their thing. That is a utility. Nope, it is a refinement. Diamond press. Diamond impressive. We'll just put it over. We'll put one like right here, and then a gap, and then 2. The gap here is so that we can put resources in a sweeper. For this, we need like a storage bin that's gonna take in. I don't want them to get close. That's not like all of this room right here is gonna be for like trying to block off as much as I can. There also needs to be a sweeper and a chute. I forgot to put that in here somewhere. So conveyor loader, conveyor sweeper. I think that the tile of interest is right here. Anyway, we'll get that sweeper put on the bottom down here. We'll get that sweeper right here. And then that'll fill in our reactor. Back over here, shipping. Let's pull this out. This needs to come on through here. And just something that won't melt. And then a whole lot of automation here. I always forget to do this the proper way, but we're gonna try it here. So it's 3 conveyor loaders. Sure, we can make them out of steel. I don't really wish to make them out of steel. I would just rather use our ever-growing amount of iridium here. They have a conveyor meter attached to them. And then a cycle sensor in here, in this mix here. Okay, so the trick is that we need to reset this. We need to reset this every cycle, and if it's hot, then we need to reset it, or we need to reset one of these, and if it's cold, I'm sorry. If it's cold, then we need to only send in the 8. How do I explain this? This needs 10 kilograms a day of uranium, or of enriched uranium ore. This first one here is going to send in 8. If we're stable, like within the right temperature range, then we're going to send in 10. So both of these will go. And if we are cold, then we need to send in 12. If we're hot, then we only need to send in 8. Does that make sense? So we need a hot and a cold sensor that comply with down here somewhere. I don't have muxers at all yet, so we're just gonna use iron and then come on through. I can't go there. Hot. I don't mind having an automation wire bridge in here. Hot and cold. Oh, well, that's not great. Ha 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 ha. We care not. All right. Well, that's the end of that. One more set of of printables. Ooh, a grapefruit. Oh, geez, horrible. Turner, you're gonna be a sleepy Turner. All right, and then I need to like get some beds for these guys because they are complaining about beds. So we're gonna quickly give them beds. Okay, beds for horrible duplicants. And then we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix this here because this is like temporary. We need to set them up with a area right here. So we're gonna move this up here. This line needs to come up. Yep. Okay, I'm doing it right now. This is not working the way I want it to. Bup, 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 bup. This one obviously goes to here, so we need to trim this off here. That one goes to there. Then we need to have conductive wire go across to here. One cannot jump the other. Something like that. Okay, that fixes that. Next thing that we need to do is... Oh, we are out of time. We are running out of time. Out of time. Well, I was gonna seal... We need to seal this up. Lock this in here. Alrighty. Then we got a little space to do some damage in here. Oh, we need to destroy this too. Yep, that's gotta go. I don't need to stand in lavishness. Everything is perfectly fine for them to just be in the most squalid of areas. They just need some food and some niceties. And in the next episode, we're gonna take a look at that and get them working on that. Okay, so we're gonna have both trying to finish up a reactor here and getting it close, and start getting the starting steps on it. Whoa, those are Chuchin? Why are these Chuchin? 150C. Okay, well, that's not great. What's overheating? Did I make this out of nickel? Awesome. Of course I did. Why can't we turn these around, Clay? Why can't we turn these around? All right. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.